I am infatuated with Ranking of Kings. I didn't expect to be mesmerized by the bold, unique presentation which, paired with the compelling journey of a disabled child destined to someday become the king of a powerful country, can, at times, evoke Ghibli in its quest to make you fall in love with its setting and characters. I didn't plan on giving this one a watch until a friend's recommendation pushed me to give it a second glance, but there was something about Ranking of Kings that instantly convinced me that this was a classic in the making. It's easy, when you watch as much anime as I do, for many of the shows to blend together, especially when so many of the seasonal anime feel the same. Ranking of Kings, on the other hand, is one of the rare exceptions where nearly everything about it feels new. I can feel myself getting excited again about where an anime is going in a way that I don't think I have felt since Fullmetal Alchemist, and while that is a lofty comparison, it's an apt one, since it's the only series that feels anything like Ranking. Ranking of Kings puts us in the shoes of Boji, the crown prince of the kingdom of Boss, who, despite his being deaf and mute, lives life with a profound and admirable sense of determination. When the king succumbs to illness and a conspiracy within the inner circle strips Boji of his birthright and gives it to his younger brother instead, he embarks on a journey to discover his true strength and finds a friend in a shadow creature named Kage, who is one of the only ones who can communicate with Boji without relying on sign language. While Boji and Kage's quest takes center stage, one thing this series does exceptionally well is telling other, concurrent stories that are just as interesting, if not more so. Boji's younger brother, Daida, steals the show for a time as a naive but also relatable and sympathetic character all the same. Hilling, the queen of Boss, mother of Daida and stepmother of Boji, had me thinking at first that she would become some kind of antagonist, but now I too am calling her mommy. No, but in all seriousness, Hilling is a very precious character that absolutely must survive until the end or we riot. It also features a brand new addition to the worst dads of anime, but I won't say much more about that. If it feels like Ranking kind of popped up out of nowhere, there might be an explanation for that. Its manga, written and illustrated by Sosuke Toka, started serializing in early 2019, and while there are a total of 12 volumes as of writing, the series hasn't seen a Western publication. I find this upsetting, but not necessarily surprising. It reminds me of March Comes In Like a Lion, another series that spends the lion's share of its time on characters learning to love themselves, and whose manga has yet to receive a Western publication. Thankfully, we'll see the first volume of that one this summer, so there's still hope that someone will pick up the publication rights for Ranking of Kings. At its core, Ranking of Kings is an incredibly compelling tale of learning to love yourself no matter what obstacles you're faced with, and I think that's the kind of anime we need right now. In a world where it's so easy to be convinced you're falling behind, where it's so easy to feel like you're not doing enough, or where it's so easy to think you're not good enough for whatever reason, this series stares you in the face and says no, while also telling a story about characters gearing up for all-out war. Ranking of Kings may be halfway through its two-core run, but it could be a contender for Anime of the Year, either 2021 or 2022, and yes, I will die on that hill. Ranking of Kings is currently streaming via both Crunchyroll and Funimation.